Hello, I'm Pastor Dave McElwee, the pastor of New Life, a Global Methodist Church in State College. And this is a sermon recap of yesterday's sermon to help remind you of the key parts of the message that should help you answer this next step questions and help in the Bible study as you seek to apply the message to your life this week. Now, our message this weekend came from Acts chapter 1, verses 1 through 12. And in this passage, we heard another account of the ascension of Jesus Christ, as well as his final words to the apostles. And here are our key takeaways. As we start this sermon series and Bible study on Acts, we can see that there's something important about this book of the Bible. And that is the fact that the story of the gospel continues in Acts. Acts is written by the same author as the Gospel of Luke. And there is some crossover of information, but that's more of a Bible study question. But basically, when we look at this, the gospel is the life and ministry of Jesus Christ. The book of Acts is showing that didn't end with Christ's ascension, but continued in the church. Now, one of the great promises we have is that we will not be left to our own devices to continue Christ's work. We will have the Holy Spirit, because the sending of the Holy Spirit enables the faithful to continue their work. Christ knew better than to leave us alone to our own devices. So we are relying on the Holy Spirit to be guided, equipped, and strengthened to do the work. We were also given a warning about wanting to jump to the end, because Jesus warns us not to merely focus on the end. In other words, it's not just about getting to heaven. Instead, it's about the work that we're doing as we get there and the journey of our faith. And this is a reminder for the church that the church is not just focused on getting to heaven, but really on the earthly ministry that Jesus Christ gave to us. As much as we may be tempted to focus on ourselves and our own salvation, we still have the mission to make disciples. As if to drive this point home, we are reminded by the angels that Christ is coming back. One way or another, we will come face to face with Christ, either at the end of time or at the end of our lives, where we need to be ready to answer for what we did, how we lived our faith, and how we fulfilled God's call on our lives. Which means we need to focus more than on how we get to heaven, but the work that we do in the here and now. So there's a recap of our message from this week. The sermon, if it's not already on YouTube, will be there shortly. But also the Bible study video is up. You can watch that in advance or watch it in your group. Or do what you need to do to engage in that study. But as a reminder, we worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday mornings at the Center Learning Community Charter School located at 2643 West College Avenue in State College. We stream the service on Facebook. We post things on both Facebook and YouTube. But until next time, I'm Pastor Dave, and I hope to see you in worship.